Introduction to Low Carb to help with weight issues and for overall improved health. Part 2. Now we complete the most popular low-carb diet plans. 7. Schwartzbein Principle. Dr. Diana Schwartzbein is the endocrinologist to the stars. The doctor of choice for Suzanne Somers, Larry Hagman and many others. Schwartzbein encourages extensive testing for hormonal imbalances and then suggests various diet and exercise programs and selective hormone replacement to treat any deficiencies. Dr. Schwartzbein's diet principles are laid out in the Schwartzbein Principle, her 5-step plan to optimal health. The first step of the program is healthy nutrition, and there are 10 basic rules. 1. Never skip a meal again. 2. Eat real, unprocessed foods. 3. Eat balanced meals. 4. Choose a protein as the main nutrient in your meal. 5. Add some healthy fats. 6. Add real carbohydrates. 7. Add non-starchy vegetables. 8. Eat snacks. 9. Eat solid food. 10. Drink enough water. The second step of the program is stress management. 1. Make downtime a daily practice. 2. Put your life in perspective. 3. Keep track of stress signals. 4. Get enough sleep. 3. Avoid all toxic chemicals including 1. Nicotine. 2. Alcohol. 3. Refined sugar. 4. Artificial sweeteners. 5. Illegal drugs. 6. MSG, additives and preservatives. 7. Fake fats and fat blockers. 8. Caffeine. 9. Certain prescription drugs. 4th, practice cardio, resistance and flexibility, relaxing exercises. And finally, the 5th step to optimal health is taking hormone replacement therapy as needed. 8. Summersizing. Suzanne Somers first introduced summersizing in Suzanne Somers' Eat Great, Lose Weight in 1992. Summersizing is a way of eating in which you cut sugar and funky foods and eat plenty of fats, proteins and good carbs like vegetables and fruit. Foods must be combined in certain ways so that the body easily digests them. Dieters summersize in 2 steps, the first, level 1, to lose weight and induce the melt of fat, and the second, level 2, for ongoing maintenance of their ideal weight. Somers separates foods into 4 summersizing food groups: proteins, fat, veggies, carbos, and fruit. She suggests that fruit be eaten on an empty stomach. Proteins, fat includes meat, dish, eggs, natural oils, butter, cream and cheese. Veggies include low-starch fresh vegetables. Carbos covers whole grain breads, pastas and cereals and non-fat dairy products. She lists 7 easy steps to summersizing. 1. Eliminate all funky food. 2. Eat fruit alone, on an empty stomach, 20 minutes before a carbos meal, 1 hour before a pro-fats meal and at least 2 hours before the last meal of the day. 3. Eat pro-fats with veggies. 4. Eat carbos with veggies. 5. Keep pro-fats and carbos separate. 6. Wait 3 hours between meals if switching from pro-fats to carbos or vice versa. 7. Eat at least 3 meals a day and do not skip meals. Funky foods include white sugar, brown sugar, raw sugar, corn syrup, sucrose, molasses, honey, maple syrup, beets, carrots, acorn, squash, bananas, butternut squash, corn, potatoes, parsnips, pumpkin, sweet potatoes, white flour, white rice, yams, Hubbard squash, avocados, coconuts, liver, low-fat milk, whole milk, nuts, olives, soy, beer, caffeine, tea, caffeine, soda, cocoa, coffee, hard alcohol, wine. All of the foods on the funky foods list must be avoided during the first phase of the diet, level 1, but some can be reintroduced in moderation during the maintenance phase, level 2. Somers sells her own brand of artificial sweetener called Summer Sweet. All of her books include recipes for meals, snacks and desserts. 9. South Beach Diet. Developed by Dr. Arthur Agatston, the South Beach Diet touts itself as teaching dieters to eat the right carbs and the right fats. The diet has 3 phases. In the first, eaters banish their bad carb cravings and induce rapid weight loss. In the second phase, some types of carbs are reintroduced and weight loss is slower. The final phase is the diet for life phase. This is the maintenance diet and will be followed for the rest of the dieters' life. If at any time the dieta begins to gain unwanted pounds, then he simply goes through the induction and pre-maintenance phases again. The first phase emphasizes protein from high-quality meat sources with lots of fresh vegetables and salads with real olive oil dressing. Bread, rice, pastas, potatoes, baked goods, soy milk and cheese, yogurt, beets, carrots, corn and all fruit are forbidden in the 14-day induction phase. This includes all candy, cake, ice cream and sugar, plus meats that are cured in sugar or molasses. The diet encourages 3 meals a day with a mid-morning and a mid-afternoon snack. There is also a daily meal plan. This plan includes strict portion control in the induction phase. An example of a daily snack is 20 peanuts. And 30 pistachios is another snack option. Unlike Atkins, unlimited protein consumption is not advised or allowed on this diet. However, during the later phases of the diet some of the strict portion control does end and dieters are able to eat until satiated. Some of the forbidden foods can be slowly reintroduced, sometimes in modified form in the second phase of the diet. The second phase lasts until the dieters' goal weight is reached. However, white flour products, potatoes, corn, carrots, beets and sweet fruits like banana and pineapple are still forbidden. After dieters reach their ideal weight, they proceed on to their diet for life or maintenance diet. In this phase the forbidden foods are processed foods, white flour products, sweet fruits, and foods with a high glycemic index in general. During the 14-day induction period, Dr. Agatston predicts a weight loss of between 8 and 13 pounds, with belly fat being the first to go. In the second phase dieters should continue to lose 1 to 2 pounds each week as long as they do not go overboard with the carb reintroduction. 10. Sugar busters. On sugar busters, dieters cut sugar to trim fat. This diet was created by a group of doctors and the CEO of a Fortune 500 business from New Orleans who realized that low-fat foods are full of sugar and that it is the sugar in foods that produces a negative insulin response and leads to weight gain. They emphasize the enjoyment of great food while avoiding certain forbidden foods like processed sugar and refined grain products. Sugar is not forbidden, but over time sugar consumption should be greatly reduced and dieters should begin to recognize products with hidden sugars. Proper food combining is also emphasized to help avoid weight gain. On this plan you eliminate potatoes, corn, white flour, white rice, bread from refined flour, most cold cereals, beets, carrots, refined sugar, corn syrup, molasses, honey, sugary colas and beer. The authors also recommend eating fruit alone and eating whole fruits as much as possible. They permit 3 meals, 2 snacks and a sugar-free dessert, but an emphasis is placed on being able to control food portions, similar to what will comfortably fit on a normal-sized dinner plate. The diet begins with a 14-day diet plan and includes a meal planner. Dieters are encouraged to eat high-fiber, low-starch carbs that have a lower glycemic index. The authors also encourage the consumption of lean, well-trimmed meats for protein. They estimate that you will consume about 30% protein, 40% carbs and 30% monosaturated oils and other fats. 11. The zone created by Dr. Barry Sears. The zone encourages balanced carb and protein intake. Dr. Sears suggests that you divide your plate into 3 sections, 1 for protein and 2 for fruits and vegetables per meal. This works out to 30% protein, 40% carb, and 30% fat. For each meal, the protein portion should be roughly the size of your tightly closed fist. The carb portion should be the size of 2 loosely closed fists and the added fat portion should be about the volume of your thumb. The zone is all about food portion measurement and control. Another tool that dieters in the zone can use to measure food is the block. Every adult is allowed at least 11 blocks per day and the proper food serving size will affect how much food by volume a dieters actually consumes each day. This plan does not allow for unlimited protein portions or eating until satiated. Once your zone meal portions are gone, your meal is done. The basic zone rules are to 1. Eat a zone meal within 1 hour of waking each day. 2. Eat a zone balanced meal each time you eat protein, carbohydrate, fat. 3. Eat 5 times per day, 3 meals, 2 snacks. 4. Never go more than 5 hours without eating a zone meal. 5. Eat more fruits and vegetables and ease of bread, pasta, grains and starches. 6. Drink 64 ounces of water per day. 7. If you mess up on one meal, just make your next meal zone friendly. While no foods are forbidden on the zone diet, certain unfavorable carbs should be avoided or, if eaten, make up no more than 25% of any meal or snack. The unfavorable carbs are the usual suspects: white flour, potatoes, sugar, white rice, juices, sodas, alcohol, bananas, grapes, carrots, corn and drinks with caffeine. Dr. Sears believes that these foods not only increase insulin production but can also lead to hormonal imbalances and inflammation of bodily tissues, which causes disease and overall poor health. The zone diet also has packaged food tie-ins such as nutritional bars, drinks, bakery products and nutritional supplements. But be careful, the zone nutritional bar contains high fructose corn syrup, but according to the website, it is a very high-quality type that has a slower glycemic index than the common type, and the protein in the bar helps to further slow insulin response. Consume with extreme caution. 12. Thin for good. Before he began extolling the virtues of Australian macadamia nut oil, Dr. Fred Pescatore wrote the book Thin for Good, the one low-carb diet that will finally work for you. This plan explores the mind-body connection in lasting weight loss and includes plans for men and women as well as a low-carb diet plan for vegetarians. In Thin for Good, Dr. Pescatore lays out the 11 emotional levels of eating, which are: 1. Anger, often felt at the beginning of a new diet, or at ourselves for getting fat, but this is good because it is motivating. 2. Frustration, can result from looking at the success of others and comparing it to our own seeming lack of success, but be careful, this a negative emotion and often the one that causes people to give up. 3. Sadness, closely tied to self-pity or mourning for old ways of life and eating. 4. Fear, this emotion is often very difficult to let go of and usually shows up around the same time as the first weight loss successes. Can I keep this diet up for the rest of my life? 5. Understanding, you must work through the first 4 emotions to get to this more positive point when you begin to understand what your bad food habits are and accept them. 6. Trepidation, described as nervousness, edginess and wariness, the doubt that can set in as you begin to see results from your diet. 7. Envy, a harmful emotion that arises from comparing yourself to others. 8. Boredom, this emotion can kill a diet. Add some variety to your meals in accordance to your diet plan. 9. Relief, the beginning of the positive emotions that should be enjoyed. 10. Joy, comes after you have achieved real results. Try not to sabotage it with negative thinking. 11. Contentment, the final emotion experienced once people realize their weight loss goals, along with various exercises to help you work through your emotions. Dr. Pescatore suggests low-carb comfort food recipes that he says can help you feel better when dealing with these emotions. He suggests mind over calories as a concept to embrace because it will help you keep weight off for good. He reveals that this concept helped him once he lost weight and has helped him to keep it off. Mind over calories is about training yourself not to feel the desire for sugary, bad carb foods that will wreck your diet and lead you right back to where you were before, overweight and unhealthy. He also includes suggestions for dietary supplements for men and women, foods to avoid if you are on a yeast-restricted diet, have thyroid or hormonal problems, and more than 40 pages of recipes. An added bonus is the Thin for Good food pyramid that has proteins and fats at the base, complex carbs right above them, simple carbs like starchy veggies and fruits in the 3rd place, and finally at the very tip sugar in all its various forms. 13. The 7-Day Low-Carb Rescue and Recovery Plan. This book was written by Drs. Rachel and Richard Heller and is touted as being the book for any low-carb dieter on any plan who needs help getting back on track, right now. This is the book for the person who has let the holidays, a vacation or a bad meal choice spiral into a crisis, or who are discouraged because they have reached an unwanted weight loss plateau. The doctors give a 7-day meal plan to help get you back on track, as well as tips to curb your carb cravings, deal with saboteurs and identify hidden carbs and sugars. First and foremost, the Hellers explain that overweight people and people who have a sweet tooth are physiologically different from naturally thin people and need to stop blaming themselves for their weight problems. By understanding what your body needs, and what it needs to avoid, to lose weight will only help you reach your goals sooner. The 7-day diet plan that they propose helps to rebalance insulin levels, curb cravings and move the body back into fat-burning mode. Once this is done, you can go back to your low-carb plan of choice with new insight into how to avoid common pitfalls. There are 7 steps, to be added 1 each day. They are: 1. Add a low-carb protein to each meal and snack. 2. Add on low-carb veggies and/or salad to lunch, dinner and snacks. 3. Include a good portion of low-carb protein, vegetables, and/or salad in relation to high-carb foods you may be consuming. 4. Eat all of your low-carb protein, veggies and salad before you eat your high-carb food. 5. Eat low-carb snacks only. Save high-carb foods for meals. 6. Eat only low-carb foods at all snacks and at one meal. 7. Eat only low-carb foods at all snacks and at 2 meals. After you successfully complete these steps over 7 days, you will be able to transition back into the low-carb plan of your choice. They also suggest that you avoid sugar substitutes like those found in diet colas to help you stay on your diet plan. Additionally, they admonish all low-carbers to eat towards the carbs in their meals. This way they fill up on protein and the lower starch carbs first. Finally, you can eat the higher starch and carb food on your plate. This will help you fill up and consume less of the foods that may be causing you problems. Plus, once the high-carb food hits your system, it will be so busy breaking down the protein and fiber you ate that it will more slowly digest the bad carbs you consumed. 14. Living Low Carb, written by Fran McCullough, the author of the Low Carb Cookbook. This book's rather long subtitle promises to teach everything food-loving dieters need to know to achieve lasting success, including strategies for controlling binges and cravings, dealing with sudden weight gains and secret metabolic weapons. This book is a companion piece to the low-carb diet of your choice and is intended to give you tips and tricks to make the road to low-carb success smoother and a lot less bumpy. This volume contains sources of low-carb bread and other goodies and how to make vegetables taste like pasta. There are also tips for various kitchen gadgets that can make your life easier and suggestions for stocking a low-carb pantry. McCullough also offers suggestions for eating low-carb on a very active lifestyle. For instance, there are tips for camping or backpacking through Europe. There are also suggestions for handling your carb cravings with low-carb substitutes. For instance, she gives a simple recipe for a crustless pizza and potato skins. There is even an ice cream substitute suggestion that incorporates dairy and fruit. While McCullough does go over many of the low-carb diet basics in the beginning of this book, she mainly gives tips, tricks and recipes. Do not look here for diet basics. Success tips. Dieting is not easy. If it were, we would probably all be thin. Since we are not, here are some tips that successful people use to lose weight so that others can benefit, too. Success tip no. 1. Drink 8 glasses of water each day. Okay, for many people this is a big problem. Water doesn't taste all that great generally because water doesn't really taste like anything. Drinking water 8 to 10 times each day gets easier the more you actually do it. It is simply a matter of conditioning your taste buds and yourself so that it becomes easier to do. Once you get started, you will begin to crave water. To begin with, you should drink a glass of water in the morning first thing, before you eat. This is probably the easiest glass you will drink all day and it will help you remember to drink water all day long. Better yet, why not drink 2 glasses? If you really cannot bear the taste of water, try using a water purifying pitcher or filter. You can also add a few drops of lemon or lime to your water, but no sugar or sweetener. Ice also helps. Check out flavored waters on the market, too. Just keep an eye out for additives. Success tip no. 2. Eat breakfast. Do not skip breakfast. If you need to go to bed a little earlier so that you can get up 20 minutes earlier each morning, do it. Breakfast is so important to your good health and to weight control. According to Dr. Barbara Rolls, a professor of nutrition at Penn State University, your metabolism slows while you sleep, and it doesn't rev back up until you eat again. Eating breakfast is not only good for overall weight loss, it will help you stay on track with your diet the rest of the day. You are more likely to binge on something sweet and in the bread group if you skip breakfast. You can always keep a couple of hard-boiled eggs in the fridge or some high-fiber, low-starch fruit around. If you plan to eat fruit at all during the day, breakfast is the perfect time to do it. Success tip no. 3. Eat at least 3 meals and 2 snacks each day. This can be one of the hardest adjustments to make. After all, you are busy. You already have a full plate. When do you have time to worry about filling your plate with more frequent meals? Just like eating breakfast will increase your metabolism, so will eating more often. This will also help you curb your bad carb intake by making sure that your snacks are planned and occur regularly throughout the day. Really, it will just take a minimal investment of planning time at the grocery store and at home each morning before you head out for the day to make some healthy food choices and prepare a few healthy snacks and meals. For suggestions, just see the handy list of snacks and appetizers listed later. Success tip no. 4. Avoid white foods. This is one easy way to remember what not to eat. If it is made from sugar, flour, potatoes, rice or corn, just say no. Remembering this rule of thumb will make it easier to recognize those rice cakes as an unhealthy high-carb snack. Always look for colorful fruits and veggies to substitute for the white ones. Buy broccoli, lettuce, bell peppers, green beans and peas, brown rice in moderation, leafy greens like kale and spinach, apples, melons, oranges and grapes. These foods are not only colorful, they are also high in fiber, nutrients and important antioxidants. Eating colorful fruits and vegetables will give your diet variety as well as give you added health benefits. Success tip no. 5. Eat your veggies. It is so easy to use a low-carb diet as an excuse for poor nutrition. Resist this temptation. If the only vegetable you have eaten in the last 5 years has been the potato, now is a good time to begin experimenting with other vegetables. This is important for your overall health and to avoid some nasty side effects of not getting enough fiber in your diet. If you try hard enough, you will find vegetables that you enjoy eating. Experiment with grilling veggies and cooking with real butter to add flavor. You can also search for new recipes on the internet or in cookbooks. Remember, if you are only eating 40 grams of carb a day or less, 2 cups of plain salad greens contain only about 5 grams of carbohydrate. You have no excuse not to eat your veggies. Success tip no. 6. Prepare your own food as much as possible. While more and more restaurants are offering low-carb friendly menu items, many of them are still not ideal low-carb fare. There are many recipes for quick and easy meals that you can prepare yourself at home. Try to do this as often as possible. If you cook your own foods, you know exactly what the contents are and you will be able to better control for hidden sugar and otherwise processed foods. Another benefit is the cost savings over the long run. Even if you must go to the grocery store more often, you will save a significant amount per meal as opposed to eating at restaurants and fast food establishments. It will also be easier to maintain your diet with your own favorite fresh food selections on hand. Success tip no. 7. Invest in a good set of food storage containers. Having food storage containers of various sizes on hand will make it so much easier for you to plan your meals and snacks. When you buy nuts, fruits and vegetables in bulk, you can simply prepare, separate and store them for easy use later. For instance, you can pre-slice your apples and snack on them over several days. Simply cut them, rinse them in pineapple or lemon juice and store. This will make a quick and easy snack for later. Fix your lunch and take it with you to work. Better yet, fix your lunch and 2 snacks for work. Success tip no. 8. Eat some protein at each meal and as a snack. In addition to everything that's been discussed before, eating protein helps you burn more calories. Jeff Hampel, PhD, RD, a spokesman for the American Dietetic Association, says that protein is made up mainly of amino acids, which are harder for your body to break down, so you burn more calories getting rid of them. Just think, eating a protein-rich snack can help you lose weight. How about a few slices of turkey or ham or some string cheese? Eating protein will also help you feel full so that you are less likely to crave unhealthy snacks. Success tip no. 9. Drink a glass of water after each snack. This will help you get in your 8 to 10 glasses of water each day, but it can also have other benefits. Ever feel hungry after eating a handful or standard serving of nuts? Try drinking water afterwards. The water will help you feel full and prevent overindulgence. Drinking water after a snack will also help remove the aftertaste from your mouth and can help curb your desire for more. Success tip no. 10. Eat slowly and enjoy your food. You will feel full and more satisfied if you take the time to savor your food and chew it slower. Don't get in the habit of eating while standing or eating quickly. Sit down and chew. Eating slower will help you enjoy your food more. Pay attention to what it is you're actually eating and get a better sense of when you are actually full. Success tip no. 11. Eat your larger meals early and smaller meals later. You will feel better and lose weight quicker if you eat a large breakfast and eat a smaller dinner. You may also want to eat the majority of your carbs earlier in the day, saving a salad and lean meat protein for dinner. Eating larger meals during the part of the day when you are most active will help you to feel satisfied throughout the day and curb cravings for unhealthy snacks. Success tip no. 12. Consider eating salmon or mackerel for breakfast. Yes, this may seem odd, but it is one way to work in omega-3 fatty acids that are good for you and add some variety to your daily diet. After a few months you may tire of eating eggs and bacon for breakfast. Substituting fish will give you the protein and healthy fish oils you need. You can try canned salmon or mackerel in croquettes for a healthier sausage substitute. Or you could simply eat cold leftover salmon the next morning with dill sauce. Success tip no. 13. Use lettuce leaves instead of bread. This tip can seem a bit odd at first, but if you try it you will probably grow to love it. Instead of eating breads and buns with your sandwiches and hamburgers, why not try leaves of lettuce? You can make a double cheeseburger with onions, pickles and tomato wrapped in a whole lettuce leaf. Or you can make tasty wrap sandwiches with lettuce instead of tortilla and bread. This will help increase your good carb and fiber intake while giving you more variety in your diet. Success tip no. 14. Eat a fruit dessert. Okay, we all want a little dessert sometime, but how do you have your dessert and your low-carb diet too? Why not try cheese with fruit slices or berries? Better yet, why not try cream with berries? You could even try sweet pineapples or strawberries with cottage cheese. Berries are sweet and high in fiber and nutrients, and dairy products are high in protein. If your low-carb plan will allow it, this is a sweet and tasty alternative to more sugary desserts. An added benefit is that the protein in the dairy products and the fiber in the fresh fruit will make these desserts more filling. Success tip no. 15. Get your fruit fresh, not squeezed. Fruit juice can be very tempting as a replacement for soda, but just how healthy is fruit juice? If you read the labels you will soon realize that in many of the commercial juices available at your local grocery store there is very little actual fruit juice. What you will find is lots of sugar, water and other ingredients. Why not skip the juice altogether and eat a fresh piece of fruit? Not only does fresh fruit contain less sugar than juice, fresh fruit has fiber that is good for you and will help you feel fuller longer. Success tip no. 16. Go easy on the meal replacements. New meal replacement shakes and bars go on the market almost every day. These shakes and bars may claim to be healthy, but almost all of them, even the Zone Perfect bars, contain hydrogenated oil and sweeteners. So be careful. The bars especially may be only slightly healthier than a Snickers candy bar. Occasionally, they may not be that bad for you, but as a rule you probably don't want to indulge in a meal replacement shake or bar every day. Success tip no. 17. If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Low-carb donuts and muffins. You can find these prepackaged low-carb labeled goods at your neighborhood grocery store and at many low-carb lifestyle specialty shops. That does not mean that you should make a habit out of eating them. While low-carb pastries may be tempting, remember that they still contain all of the usual carbohydrate suspects, sugar or a sugar substitute and flour. They may be healthier than your typical muffin as an occasional treat, but remember to stick with the basics for continued low-carb success. Success tip no. 18. At the grocery store, shop the outer aisles. It will be easier to stick with your low-carb lifestyle if you learn the one common thread in all grocery store designs: the healthy foods are on the perimeter aisles. Think about it, when you go into the grocery, all of the healthy stuff, fruits, vegetables, meats, and dairy products are arranged around the store's walls. You only rarely need to enter the center aisle areas in those few stores that stock butter and cheese in the center near the frozen foods. For the most part, all of the foods that you need for your low-carb diet can be found on the perimeter of the grocery store. Train yourself to start on one end of the outer aisle and work your way around. It will be much easier to avoid carb cravings and fill your basket with healthy items if you do so. Success tip no. 19. Invest in good cookbooks. Can't figure out what to eat? Need some variety in your diet? Turn to a cookbook. Granted, not all recipes in a cookbook are low-carb fare, but you will be surprised at the number of low-carb and low-carb friendly recipes you can find in your standard Betty Crocker cookbook. Cookbooks are great reference tools that often contain handy tips on purchasing cuts of meat and preparing meats, fruits and vegetables in new and exciting ways. Plus, new low-carb cookbooks are hitting the shelves all the time. So be sure to take advantage of these resources to try something new, different and delicious. Success tip no. 20. Take a good multivitamin. We can't all do it right all of the time. Even the most conscientious food combiner may miss some healthy vitamins, minerals and trace elements in their diets. To help make sure you get everything that you need, consider taking a good multivitamin. Check with your doctor first for recommendations, and you should be tested for anemia to see if you need a vitamin with iron. However, the longer you eat low carb and the more red meat you eat, the less anemia will be a problem, and you should be able to take vitamins with less iron. Your success is totally up to you. Assuming that you are an otherwise healthy individual, your body will do its part. Just remember to adhere to the low-carb diet plan that is right for you and add some variety to your meals to help you stay faithful to your health and weight loss goals. Recipes and food ideas for people on the go. One of the challenges of low-carb diets is that it is often difficult to find appetizing and economical snack options. This is especially true if you are on a tight budget and cannot afford special prepackaged foods. Another obstacle to low-carb snacking and meal preparation is finding ingredients that are appetizing and will not leave you bored after a few days. Low-carb dieters need to be creative in their food choices. It is easy to focus on what foods are not allowed. Too often, which foods are not allowed seems to be our main focus. However, there are many quick meal and snack possibilities right in front of our eyes if we just think about them creatively. Certain foods are suitable for snacking and also as the basis for a hearty meal. For instance, take chicken. Chicken breast can be grilled and eaten with various low-starch, high-fiber vegetables for a nutritious dinner. Sliced cold chicken breast can also make an appetizing snack on the run. Here are some ideas for quick meals and snacks on the go. Make sure that your selections are compatible with the low-carb plan of your choice and that they are allowed at your stage in the plan. Enjoy these foods alone as snacks or as part of a main course. Appetizers and snacks: string cheese, grapes, apples, dried fruit, canned tuna, canned chicken, shrimp with cocktail sauce, prosciutto, oranges, celery sticks and peanut butter, edamame, soybeans, garbanzo beans, chickpeas, hummus, hard-boiled eggs, low-fat yogurt, unsweetened apple sauce, low-fat milk, baby carrots, sliced turkey, cherry tomatoes, cucumber with sugar-free dressing, dip, frozen sliced bell pepper, cold roast beef, sardines, pork rinds, jerky, oysters, bacon strips, beverages, fruity fun, 1.5 cups strawberry juice or crushed strawberries, 1/2 cup orange juice, 1/4 cup grapefruit juice, 1 tablespoon lemon juice, 1.5 cups bottled water or tap, 1 pound. Frozen white grapes, seedless. Mix all contents together in a large pitcher except the grapes. Use frozen grapes like ice cubes, pour and serve. Tasty tomato treat: 2 cups tomato or vegetable juice, 2 tablespoons of lime juice, 1 teaspoon Worcestershire sauce, 1/2 teaspoon horseradish, couple drops of our favorite hot sauce, ice cubes, tray filled with water, sprinkled with lemon juice drops in each cube slot. Place the ice cube tray in the freezer to set and make lemon flavored ice cubes. Combine all other ingredients in a pitcher. Stir and serve over lemon ice cubes. Desserts: whipped jello treat: 1 package sugar-free jello, your favorite variety, 2/3 cup boiling water, 2 cups ice cubes, 1 container frozen whipped topping, thawed favorite nuts to taste, dissolved jello in boiling water. Pour into mixing bowl. Add ice cubes and stir until ingredients thicken. Remove any pieces of ice cube remaining. Mix in whipped cream and stir briskly until smooth texture. Spoon out into serving dishes. Garnish with your favorite nuts on top. Half a pound pecans, 1 teaspoon cinnamon, 1/2 stick margarine, melted 1/4 cup brown sugar. Tasty pecans. Heat oven to 350 degrees. Roast pecans 10 minutes. In a mixing bowl, combine cinnamon, brown sugar and margarine. Pour over roasted pecans. Place pecans on baking sheet and bake for 10 minutes on each side, turning once. Mealtime easy. Mushroom and asparagus omelette. 2 eggs, 2 tablespoons water, 3 fresh asparagus stalks, stemmed 1/4 cup sliced white mushrooms, 1/4 cup shredded reduced fat mozzarella cheese. Spray small skillet with non-stick cooking spray and heat over medium heat. Lightly whip by hand is fine. Eggs and water. Pour egg, water mix into skillet. When top is firm, spoon asparagus, mushrooms and cheese onto half the omelette. Fold over other half. Serve. Broccoli with cheese and garlic. 1 pound broccoli florets, 2 cloves minced garlic, 2 tablespoons extra virgin olive oil, 1/4 cup freshly grated cheese, your favorite type. Steam broccoli in 2 inches of water for 2 minutes. Drain. Heat olive oil in skillet over medium heat, swirling to coat bottom of skillet. Add garlic and sauté until fragrant, about 1 minute. Add broccoli and sauté for about 4 minutes, stirring often. Remove skillet from heat. Sprinkle cheese over broccoli. Lightly toss. Buttered almonds and green beans. 1 pound green beans, 3 tablespoons butter, 1/2 cup sliced almonds, salt and pepper to taste. Cook green beans in a little salted water for about 5 minutes. Drain. In skillet, sauté almonds in butter for 2 minutes, stirring frequently. Add green beans and sauté for another 2 minutes, stirring frequently. Creamy cauliflower. 1 pound cauliflower florets, 1/4 cup grated cheese, parmesan or your favorite, 1/4 cup whipped cream, 1 tablespoon soft butter, 1/4 of a teaspoon salt, 1/8 of a teaspoon pepper. Steam cauliflower in 2 inches of water for about 18 minutes or until tender. Add water if necessary during steaming. Drain. In blender or food processor, puree cauliflower. Add other ingredients. Lightly blend. Place in covered dish and refrigerate. Can be reheated with low heat. Meatballs. 1/2 pound of ground pork, 1 pound ground chicken, 1 small onion, chopped fine, 1 egg, 2 cloves minced garlic, 2 tablespoons chopped dill, 2 tablespoons canola oil, salt and pepper to taste. Preheat oven to 375 degrees. In a bowl, mix all ingredients except the oil together well. Make about 12 meatballs from the mixture. Heat oil in skillet over medium heat and brown meatballs. Transfer skillet, or place meatballs on cookie or baking sheet, and bake in oven for 15 minutes or until completely cooked. Sloppy Joe's. 1 pound ground beef, 2 tablespoons chopped onion, salt and pepper to taste, 1/2 teaspoon of garlic, 1 cup crushed tomatoes, 3 tablespoons brown sugar, 1 teaspoon Worcestershire sauce. Low carb buns, or at least anything but white or lettuce leaves. Brown beef and drain. Reduce heat to low. Add the rest of the ingredients. Slowly cook for about 10 minutes and serve on whole wheat or multi-grain buns or lettuce leaves. Stuffed chicken. 4 skinless, boneless chicken breasts, halved Parmesan cheese for sprinkling to taste, 1/2 cups chopped mushrooms, 1 cup chicken broth, 2 tablespoons roaster red sweet pepper, chopped 1 tablespoon water, 1 clove garlic, minced 1/4 teaspoon dried marjoram, crushed 1 teaspoon cooking oil. Make stuffing by combining mushrooms, garlic, pepper and marjoram in skillet sprayed with non-fat cooking spray. Finish when mushrooms are soft and tender. Make slit in chicken pieces so that a pocket is created. Stuff with stuffing you just made and sprinkle inside pocket with cheese. If you like, secure closed with toothpicks. Brown chicken on both sides in skillet, cooking in oil. Add broth. Cook over medium to low heat until chicken is no longer pink inside. Serve with broth poured over chicken.